want to bore you. So, but anyway, can't read.
No, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
Stop.
Let's see, page 1. Believe it or not, I met Mike 43 years ago. Believe it or not.
Wow.
It's a long time. Guys, notice a couple guys here. They mentioned they worked with my dad over at Pratt and Whitney. Now that's a long time ago. And I asked my dad, when I started working at Consultants and Designers, that's where I first met Mike. He came in and he was coming from Pratt and Whitney from being laid off, I guess. And I asked my dad, you know Mike Vasmatics? He says, I think so. He says, is that the guy with the laugh? I said, hey, work for John Draghi, right? So anyway, we were working there at C&D, and Mike, and he had a buddy, Chet. And they put him on this gear case. Mike on his hands and knees on the board with a cigarette, smoke rolling on, and Chet was on the other side, smoke rolling on, and working away at this gear case for the JT9D. And finally finished it, I think. And I heard the Navy was interested in using it for an anchor. So it was well used, so. Anyway, time went on. Where do I meet Mike? Farmington. So he comes to Farmington. It's 10 years later. Jeez, you know, this guy is like gum on my shoe. But anyway, I run into Mike, and he was, talk over old times. What are you doing? You got, wow, 2 kids. Wow, I got 3. That's great. So anyway, I just remember, a lot of things about Farmington that were good. It was always, like, Animal House or something. They thought of us from high round up. But we had some good times there. But I do remember Mike almost getting fired.
Oh, interesting.
Now, everybody thought maybe it's company time, but it was lunchtime. No, it wasn't. It was company time. It was company time. And his chess set was between the 2 rows, and it was all populated with men. And Mike's over there looking the other way from his drafting table, and who comes this big hoo-ha walking down the aisle, and he says, I cut you playing chess, you're fired. He and Mike just looking innocently the other direction. The chessboard was over there, and that was seriously real close.
Yeah, that was the precedent.
He'll admit that, but I don't know. And then Farmington, we moved on up to Windsor Locks, and engine controls. Michael's in his glory. Pro engineer, master series, finally Unigraphics. We do all this magic, And Mike was, he was in heaven, drafting heaven. And he was, I gotta say, he was really hard to hold a candle to Mike. But come to find out, he took out a patent. It was called the Mike Vasmatics Tolerancing System. And it was a way to make a tolerance study in Excel. Now, I was asked to do that at one time. This engineer comes up and says, you think you could put all the numbers so and so that the answer comes out at the end? I said, you could do that, but I won't. I don't need some kid coming in here taking my job. Blanks, It took a long time to become what we do. In fact, somebody made mention, I think John O'Leary, that if you take a look around, this is the last remaining group of checkers left. There's nobody left. Sure. Who's going to do our work? But yeah, Mike came up with this Excel tolerance study sheet that's like, and we do this A380 and we're peeling out these pages and pages of everything's on the G drive, 100 pages of my Vasmatics tolerance. Only Mike could figure them out. Even today, they can't use them. But I'd like to bring one in, but I couldn't get one that got ITAR statements on it. For those that don't know what those are. But anyway. Oh, I gotta turn a page.
Page 2.
I didn't want to speak long, but I almost saw one of his eyes pop out in Connecticut. I mean, we had a young engineer comes in, get a little cocky, you know, do all of his stuff. God, he did.
Arlington.
Talking to, no, I'm sorry, Windsor. Yeah, Windsor. Talking to Mike. Mike's arguing a point with him. He was, you know, he was Asian, and he's like, "Oh, are you stupid?" You're stupid? His eyes almost fell out of his head. He just looked at him like, "What am I doing?" You know? And this kid, smart as he was, I guess, left Hamilton and went to work at Pratt and Whitney. Mike, you got some influence on them.
Yeah.
A lot of them. You got a lot of people you dragged along with you. But anyway, the other day, Mike has a pastime, in case you didn't know. Paddling a canoe with a bottle of wild turkey. Places unknown like the Allagash Lane. My father worked up in the Allagash Lane. Well, he lived up there as a kid when his father was logging. They lived in tar paper shacks. Hasn't changed. It's the same. So I hope you saw something other than wild turkeys. But anyway, moving right along. So anyway, Mike, if anybody sees this burnt orange Miata with a box of Joe on the seat and a carton of cigarettes, pulling around, they're gonna know Mike's on a road trip. Who knows where he's going? Cross country, Florida. I'm going to Florida tonight. And he'd leave in Florida. So just flash your lights and say hello. There's only the Mike V on the license plate.
Damn it.
Mike, I wish you well. I got your email. I never thought I would leave this place standing up. Do me a favor, don't go back. You know? And that's it. I don't know, Roger. You got some people lined up. Good luck to you, Mike.
Thanks, Steve.
Next is Chris Osborne from Pratt.
Yeah, buddy.